everybody, this is Outdoor Mike and I've got Alpha Outpost. So before we get into the contents of the box, what's the amazingness that is inside, we're going to go over the subscription service itself. So Alpha Outpost is either a month-to-month or a longer duration subscription service for the outdoors and survival here. So I subscribe to a year-long subscription that makes it cheaper. They also have other incentives in order to keep you around for that distance. So without further ado, let's see what's inside the November Alpha Outpost. Alright, so every one of these comes with a little card here. Goes over what's inside of it, as well as ways to use it, what's good for, and things like that. So let's pick the first item out here. Set this to the side. Looks like the first one we got here is the, what are they labeling it as? The Hammer Axe Tool. Everything that Alpha Outpost has done, they have stamped with the Alpha Outpost sign. So I'm not sure what company makes this particular thing, but looks like we got an axe head, we have a set of pliers, hammer, not very sharp at all really, but not too bad. Completely dull supposed saw, flathead screwdriver, looks like hex wrench, bottle opener, another saw. This one's a little bit better, actually seems to have some grip and cut to it. Phillips head, and a knife. So granted it's not standard paper, we're going to take a test of this, the sharpness of this knife in here. I'm going to use this little board here. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, this thing, it needs a good sharpening. Axe head's pretty much completely dull. It feels uncomfortable in the hand due to the fact that this kind of has a sharpness to the wood. It wasn't smoothed out when they made it. Yeah, I don't see a practical use for this, to be honest. Oh, and it does come with your good old cheap standard kind of cheap nylon case here with Velcro. Not a good item. That's going to be a no-go. Alright, Alpha Outpost has always included a patch. The patch for this one is beer. I actually really like that one. It's probably one of their best patches they've come out with. Hang on to that one. That's going to be good. So it looks like they also have a set of arrowheads. You have your typical medieval bodkin. I'm not quite sure what this one is. Looks like it says it's the Sahara. This one's the Frog Crig. Serrated. This one, the Kirk. I don't know, they're all really sharp. I mean, it looks like they give you a pretty decent area here at the bottom to attach it to something. Down here, I mean, I could see this being useful. I think my only complaint on this one is that there's really no way to hold them or put them in a pack or anything. If you are going to bring it out there, I mean, it's just going to stab holes throughout your entire bag on this. Or or cut you when you're trying to reach into your bag. Other than that though, I think it's a pretty decent thing. Far better than the first item. Alright, so that's going to be good. Hey, that also came with two different kinds of traps. Two different sizes here. So these are your typical, I'm sure you've already kind of seen them in the movies. I didn't see the zip tie here. Let me cut this off real quick. But you see these, if you're not necessarily a big trap hunter, you see these in the movies as the ones that that they leave, and it ends up hooking one of the people. You push down on the sides here and it'll eventually open up the center. Looks like there's two different sizes. Let me go ahead and lock this up and test it out. Okay, so fully fit and primed, this is what it's going to look like. And then the overall goal here is going to be to try and pin this piece down so that it's going to hold whatever you're trapping to the ground. And then when you have pressure put on that pressure plate in the center, these two sides will snap together and hold in place whatever you're trying to snag. Typically this will break the bones in the leg of whatever you're trying to catch, but it's one of those more heavy duty snares for larger game than just rabbits. So once you have it laid out like this and you have it all set up, that pressure plate in the center where you're putting your bait, whenever their leg or anything comes by and it ends up hitting it, you'll have this kind of an effect that clamps down on it. This pressure that it puts right here is pretty formidable. I mean, you're not going to be able to tug your way out of it. Your strength really resides in whatever you pitch this down to the ground with. That's going to be where the strength comes in as they try and pull away. But it's not too bad. And then you have one for larger game and one for smaller game. Alright guys, so that's it for Alpha Outpost in November. Got two different size traps. We got the axe multi-tool here. I think it's kind of useless. Arrowheads. I think that these are always useful. I just am concerned with carrying, how you're going to carry them. And I think that this patch is the best thing since beer itself. So, let me know what you guys think. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what's good. Let me know what's not. And I'll see you guys in the next video.